me to crawl underneath because the remote doesn't work. I need a new battery and then it'll work. That battery's, you know, it's probably corroded too. But sorry for the last one. I had it all, like, come on, I had the hen scratching there. No wonder I couldn't follow it. I should have typed it out. I would have had it, try to remember it chronologically in order, but it was hard. It was all over the place, that game, but what a great second half, and what a twists and turns, what a great, you know, second half Grey Cup game. The Argonauts demolished them. They really wiped their asses. They demolished them, man. And by the way, I wanted to say something about McManus, right? McManus was amazing. Like, he could have been MVP. He had 8 tackles. He almost had a touchdown. He was fantastic. You know, and Toronto secondary was fantastic. Their defensive backs, like all the defensive players, their O-line played great defensively. They had a good game plan. Their offensively, Arbuckle did well. He completed 70% of his passes. Here's what a great. I was so happy for the Argonauts, man. And I'll tell you, you know, and then, you know, come on, O'Shea, making excuses, all making excuses, right? The Argonauts beat you. Really beat you bad. Really, in the second half, they beat the crap. They beat the shit out of you, really. I mean, really. Come on, 41-24, and it should have been 41-16. Actually, they gave you those last points. Really, yeah, what was a touchdown? They gave you that, right? I mean, the referees are cheating, though. It didn't work in Ambrosie. Yeah, okay, Ambrosie. I'm going to talk about you, Ambrosie. You're fired! Get out of here. Trying to suck up to. You're trying to suck up to the, oh, you were interviewed. And you lied again, saying about Halifax, France, and the other ownership group there at the Grey Cup. In 100th Grey Cup, 11th Grey Cup in Vancouver. No, you didn't, you liar. Just like you did in the last Grey Cup. You're a bullshitter, you know, and trying to, you know, even though you got voted out, when he was interviewed by Duffy, he's a pompous, isn't he? You know, saying, saying, I guess, only people that watch the Grey Cup don't watch the regular season. You should be fired for saying statement like that. And TSN, you were a disgrace with your NFL outdoor arena. What a joke that game is. Look at the quarterback, like I was saying, like the toothpicks. You man, put them on a CFL field, they'd get killed. They couldn't do it. Couldn't even throw the ball. They're so overrated, so overhyped. We have a way better game than your little outdoor arena. Overhyped, overrated, and basically it's a joke. Their game's a joke. Outdoor arena football. What a joke. Anyway, and Bosie, you should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, because, you know, you're trying to suck up, trying to get him to reverse the voting so you could stay, trying to convince them, oh yeah, you're fired, you're out in your ass. You deserve to be out in your ass. And you lied. When 111th Grey Cup Vancouver trying to say there was an ownership group there for a Halifax franchise still. No, there wasn't, you liar, you bullshitter. Probably saw where I said you're fired. You did a snow job in the Halifax 10th team franchise here. Yes, you did, you liar. And by the way, Ambrosie, I know why you had that. Oh, it's like my son said. And that's going to be one of the headlines here. That was an embarrassment what you got the Arbuckle. Where's those nice MVP awards? The MVP for the Grey Cup and the MVP Canadian, top Canadian. Why shouldn't it be a top Canadian? It should be top American then, okay? And top Canadian and the MVP. They should be, why are you so biased? Anyway, oh yeah, with your Canadian Players Association, yeah, try to take them in court when the owners want to get rid of the Canadian rights to allow the best available players to play in this game, like every other successful CFL. Sorry, not CFL. Yeah, that's the problem. Every other professional sports league that allows the best available players. They don't have a stupid ratio. And Ambrosie, you have to go with the Canadian Players Association. You got to go too. Get them both out. Anyway, and Ambrosie, you're a disgrace. What you presented, where you get that from the dollar store? Like my son said, you get that from the dollar store? That was the worst piece of shit of the award I've ever seen. And thank God, Ambrosie, you idiot. Because I've been complaining to see everybody around the league and about the CEOs and about your stupid CFL ugly duckling logo at center field. Thank God you get someone stood up, the owner for the BC Lions said, no, we want our Grey Cup logo. We put all this money, we want it at center field, you stupid Ambrosie, you idiot. Yeah, you're trying to put CFL, you ugly duckling, because you come up with it with that other marketing woman. Yeah, your stupid logo, like dull, ugly duckling logo. CFL, get rid of the logo, bring in a new logo, and with a new commissioner. Yeah, Ambrosie, that award you give Art Buckle for the most valuable player of the Grey Cup, 111th Grey Cup in Vancouver, was an absolute disgrace. Where'd you get that from? The dollar store? That's an absolute disgrace. You know why you did that? Because you wanted to rub in their faces because they toss you out in your friggin' ass. That's why. Yeah, try to embarrass the CFL, embarrass the CFL fans, embarrass the 111th Grey Cup again, Vancouver, and embarrassed. I mean, Alberto looked at it, he couldn't believe his eyes when he looked at it. It's a joke. Because look back and look at the awards. Look at the most valuable CFL award, beautiful award, and the most valuable Canadian. It's going to be the most valuable American too. That's need to change with a new commissioner. You bunch of sleazebags, Ambrosie, you piece of, no, really, you're a piece of shit. You are to present something like that, a piece of shit that you presented to him from the dollar store, the most valuable player in the Grey Cup, Art Buckle. What a story! Third string quarterback comes in and wins a Grey Cup, and you present him with that. You should be you're an absolute disgrace. And then, yeah, thank God for the BC owner. And by the way, the BC owner, you know why? He was one of the guys. Danny was interviewed by conceited. Rob Benstone. Not Rob. Sorry, I didn't mean Rob Benstone. I'm sorry. I apologize. Not Rob. He's a great guy. Rob Peterson. Rob Peterson. Rod Peterson. Okay. Head National Danny, who's not liked at all, but he knows, he finds out things, right? And he said that Dolman, the owner of the BC Lions, who was on the expansion committee, no wonder he was one of the 5 out of 4 that got Ambrosie, didn't vote for him. They got him out in his ass. No wonder. He was on the expansion committee. He never came to Halifax with Ambrosie. Ambrosie never presented nothing to the premier. Or nothing on the expansion team for Halifax, or why there should be a sizable stadium for CFL team and award him a Grey Cup game to build it when they build it. And he doesn't have an owner. He's a bullshitter. He's a bullshitter liar. Good riddance. And by the way, the people, because of mostly Winnipeg fans there, the 111th Grey Cup in Vancouver, okay, and that's why they give you a little bit of applause, like my son did a little place when they had a video up on you that showed you, and you all put your hand up like, yeah, do you know why you weren't booed? And you weren't booed when the torn cost. That was embarrassing. Major, yeah, you're trying to cheat, yeah, for Winnipeg, because Ambrosie said cheat for Winnipeg to win, just like the Canadian Mafia. Ambrosie's a part of the Canadian Mafia. Yeah, well, it didn't work. It didn't work. Every time the punt return, big punt, you try to push him back with throwing flags, you idiots. But what he did? Major, what an idiot. Like, yeah, he's bilingual, that's probably why he got it. He flipped the coin, let him flip the coin. The players, before they even said it'd be, what do you want, heads or tails? What a clown you are, you clown. Yeah, your separatist audience, almost a 0. I hate to say it because I like the Alouettes, but I don't like separatists, I'll tell you. I'm so Canadian, I don't even watch the NFL, I don't even watch the CFL. That's why I come up my super spectacular, naturally tailor-made for CFL 3-down football, my super exciting CFL Red Zone rule. And boy, do I have a plan to get that out. And Jamie Nine's going to hear my audio, because I'm gonna really have a plan now with a new commissioner come in to have my CFL Red Zone rule adopted. I'm going to probably have to do a special session that I'm going to really work on something special on that to really make it happen. And when I do come up with the plan, I'm going to I'll go on my set and give it to you. I'll maybe have a big announcement, and then I'm really going to put on a blitz. And I'm not kidding you, especially now. I think that's why I was waiting, hoping that he'd get tossed out, because it's not going nowheres with him there. Because he's jealous of my CFL Red Zone rule. Because he didn't come up with himself with his stupid hash pipe rule, Randy Ambrosie. Then he talked about his hash mark rule, the 111 Grey Cup. What a joke. What a joke. I think in Grey Cup said, what a joke. What a joke. My CFL Red Zone rule will blow out your stupid, ridiculous, gimmicky little hash pipe rule that did nothing in Ambrosie other than cause more 2-and-outs, right? It certainly didn't cause more big plays, you idiot, you clown, Ambrosie. You're out on your ass. You're fired, Ambrosie. Get out of here. Yes, unbelievable. You imagine that award? He did that to rub it in the CFL fans' face, to rub it in the CFL's face, to run it in the 100th Grey Cup, 11th Grey Cup, face. Committee and the owner, but he didn't even vote for you, did he, when he was on the expansion committee, because you did nothing with Halifax expansion here. Man, I'm on a roll. I'm pissed off at you, Ambrosie. I'm glad you're out in the ass. And by the way, the meetings are coming up in January, early January, or like with the government meeting. Get him out then. Get him out. Don't allow him at all to be in the office. Get him out of his fucking ass. Tell him to send him fucking packing. It's like, oh, I had a, thank you. I think, I'm trying to remember what his name was. His handle was Coke, though, something. Kevin, I think, Coke. He sent me a nice thank you, Kevin. I'll say what you said about on one of my YouTube sessions about when I said Randy Ambrosie, the reason he got fired. You know what he said? Good riddance. Thank you. Kevin Coate, thank you. That's what we got. Hey, send more comments. Send more comments. Please. After my session, send more comments. And listen, cut me some slack for all the jumble bumble. That's what I should have called the jumble bumble. Twisted and turned 111 Grey Cup, especially the second half. No matter I had it all. God, there's no way with a hen scratching like that. Imagine. I did it so fast in a couple minutes I couldn't even follow it. It's all over the place. The second half was all over the place. So cut me some slack on that. Anyway, I did my best, okay? I'm half in the bag here with a couple. Gonna watch the celebrate Grey Cup celebration gathering at the City Hall in Toronto, the Toronto Argonauts. I'm gonna get off here and watch it and put these up on YouTube. Okay, we're going live, no remakes. Okay, and I'm okay. Hey, I knew eventually my remote control would shut down, but anyway, it's a great day for the CFL, a great day for the Toronto Argonauts. I mean, they're the boatmen, and the way they won that game, and they beat them decisively. They beat the shit up. They killed them. They wiped their asses, and Randy Ambrosie's ass too. You know. Some would say about Miller being commissioner, CEO, or part of the Canadian mob. Imagine him. You need a businessman, new commissioner, someone that can sell the game, someone that can, hey, generate revenue. And Bosie's 2.0, oh, come on, Global Point 2.0, that has to go. And Genius Sports, it took 10% of the profits from the owners. It didn't create any money, no revenue. That's got to go. And yeah, that's where you got to send Pack and Randy Ambrosie. Get him the hell out. Pack is Global 2.0. Put him in the box with his Genius Sports statistic data that was a flop. You clown, lost money for the owners, and your Canadian bias ratio, you belong to the Canadian Player Association. Pack them all up, and the Canadian Player Association too. You know, that are ruining the CFL, running the CFL underground. Look, the top Canadian players want to play in the CFL. You got to earn your spot. On merit. You got to make the team like the Americans have to. You got to make a starting spot in the roster in the CFL team. Yeah, Ambrosie made a comment. Oh, don't call them Canadians. Well, then take away the Canadian ratio then. Okay? Come on. Come on, new commission, new owners. Abolish the Canadian Players Association. Abolish the Canadian ratio. Get rid of the one-year contracts. Make them practice at minimum 6 hours and bring in my CFL Red Zone rule. And then you have a season, and then you have a fucking Grey Cup, excuse my French, I'm sorry, and then you have viewership, and then you have fan base, and my CFL Red Zone rule will make CFL stadiums soar and roar throughout the CFL, and pack them in every CFL market, and every Grey Cup. And here's for the Calgary Stampeders for the 2026 Grey Cup, and I think they're probably going to do some renovations. I'll be there, and I'll be really pushing my CFL Red Zone rule. By that time, you never know, it could be adopted by the CFL. Because, man, I'm going to have the full court press on. I'm going to come up with a plan like you want to believe. And I'm going to sell it. I'm going to get it done. Now, with a new commissioner coming in, I got work to do. But anyway, and Bosie, ain't that something? Unbelievable. But you know what, people? Thank you so much for watching this year, all my support and my sessions. And I want to do a good one with the Grey Cup. Sorry, I keep apologizing that I got it chronologically mixed up, and but it was sort of like a Grey Cup. The second, it was all over the place. There's no like, you don't know what was going to happen. You know what came before or after. You couldn't even remember in the end. When did that happen? When did that happen? Did they happen back to, like, when? That's why it's so hard to piece together. But I did my best, and I tried to correct it. But, you know, they make excuse, like, there was a write-up on 3 Down Nation, made excuses for, Claris, okay, saying that because of his finger he couldn't throw the ball. They would have lost anyway. They would have lost anyway. There's no way they'd beat the Argonauts, even with Claris without his finger. And he should practice with the glove on, right? And, you know, it was a couple stitches, whatever. They'd probably freeze it, whatever. But, you know, hey, they wouldn't have won anyway. They wouldn't have won anyway. The Argonauts would have beat him anyway. It might have been a little closer, but the Argonauts would have beat him. And McManus, congratulations, McManus, because you didn't play in the last Grey Cup in Regina when the Argonauts won in the last seconds of the game. You know, two block kicks, imagine. Unbelievable. Chad Kelly come in. That's when Bethel Thompson got hurt. So, Chad Kelly, you got to make it work. The Argonauts did it in 2022. So, hey, you know, here's for the Toronto Argonauts, the 111th Grey Cup champions, the Boatmen. I'll still be down at City Hall in Toronto. I'll be watching it. But anyway, that's about everything I wanted to cover, but I knew I'd go in some extra time here. But you know what? The big zinger of this, 2 big zingers, okay? The biggest zinger, well, how about more than 2? That's okay, first big zinger, the Argonauts 111th Grey Cup champions, okay? Probably the #1 zinger is Arbuckle. What a story. 3rd string quarterback, 70% of his passes, 2 touchdown passes. He was phenomenal, really. And he could have. There was some I don't know. Some of their plays would have probably worked. And he said he missed a big touchdown pass that he actually designed. He saw in the Hamilton game. He designed that play to D. Whitty into, and he missed that one. So, and that. You know, that interception he threw, I think that it was the wrong route. He didn't run it. He was supposed to run in the inside or the outside or something. I don't know. But still, he 70% of the completions. You know, that's unbelievable. And 2 touchdowns. I mean, he was at 111th Grey Cup MVP. Come on. Come on. I mean, what a story. And his family and his wife, their visas were going to write out in Canada. Thanks God for Pinball Clemens for signing off on it, because D. Whitty wanted to bring him in. It's unbelievable. And he was with him in Calgary. He had a rough round around the league with Edmonton and Ottawa. D. Whitty is an amazing coach, by the way. He's one of the best, and he really is. I mean, come on. He's won 2 Grey Cups in his last 3 years, I believe. It's unbelievable. You know, so all these zingers, lots of zingers. McManus, you could have been MVP. I was happy for you. Too bad. I was hoping you'd get in. And that interception, I hoped you'd get in. You were 5-6 yards. You got tripped up. You were going to get in there. But they punched it, and Kerry ran well, actually. He fought his way through, man. He really did. He had a touchdown. So all those are zingers for the Toronto Argonauts, 111th Grey Cup champions. Okay? What a victory. What a spectacular, phenomenal, upset victory in the 111th Grey Cup in Vancouver. That was a huge success, and it was packed. It was almost sold out. There was very few empty seats. Man, that place, and great shots when they panned around. It was really packed. And the crowd was good. I thought the crowd was really into it, man. And there was quite a few Argonaut fans that were there too. I was pretty impressed. I was really impressed. But anyway, looking forward to the off-season, 2025 season with the new CFL Commissioner. And hopefully they'll make some major changes. The Canadian ratio, they really got to look at abolishing that in the Canadian Players Association. They got to bring them down, lock them out, and screw TSN. And they have to practice more than 4 points, a minimum of 6 hours. They got to bring my CFL Red Zone rule, and it will be the biggest rule ever adopted by the CFL. And, you know, the most innovative and full of drama, most super exciting, most entertaining, and the most significant new rule ever adopted by the CFL, and probably all CFL, all professional football. And not only that, it'll put a real signature and on our CFL 3-down game of football and on our 3rd down. And man, what the excitement and the drama in the red zone with my CFL red zone will be just unbelievable. And hey, my CFL red zone kick is a big part of my CFL red zone rule as well. But yeah, I'm going to have a big plan. I'm going to make it happen. I really am. I hope all these things, these crucial, necessary, needed changes that has to happen, I hope they all happen. They need to all happen, and then we're going to have a product to sell. And yes, NFL, outdoor arena football, it's overrated, super overhyped. And all those two-pick quarterbacks that look like high school, if you put them on a CFL field, they wouldn't be able to throw the ball, and they would be broken in two. You know, I mean, what a fantastic display of great CFL football in the 111th Grey Cup, and I'm so proud to be Canadian. And here's to one more time for the Toronto Argonauts. I'm going to watch their City Hall celebration, their parade, that go the march in there, and very shortly. And thank you so much, all of you, for supporting myself and my CFL Red Zone rule. And yeah, make comments. Remember, go on the CFL chatter, Christopher Jones, you know, make comments. Make a fool out of him, because he's an idiot. He's a jealous hater. They're all jealous haters. Let's stand up for, okay, my CFL Red Zone rule. Let's stand up for Spider, the creator, that worked five years hard to come up with my CFL Red Zone rule by listening to CFL fans and the NFL only fans and all the younger generation fans in Canada that I surveyed, that told me, hey, they don't want the Canadian ratio at all. They want to see the best available players start and play at every position for entire CFL game. And yes, they said too much kicking in the CFL, and they said way too many 2-and-outs. They don't even exist in the NFL, by the way. And of course, way too many field goals for too many points in the CFL. And the biggest turnoff and killer, they said, was way too many, even worse in the red zone, way too many, which is magnified, they said, in the red zone, way too many non-eventful, predictable, like, come on, distasteful, easy chip shot field goals in the red zone, okay? And the only time for too many points a game in the CFL, and the only time they go for it is on the 1-yard line, and they didn't even go for it in the great 111 Grey Cup. Imagine, there comes in my CFL Red Zone rule. You know, it would have been spectacular to see it in the Grey Cup, see it every single CFL game, and every CFL season, okay, going forward, and it'll be a game changer. And it's there every single CFL game, to stare in the CFL right in the eye, just waiting to be adopted. And thank you, Far and Logi, for endorsing my CFL Red Zone rule, saying that you would vote for it and to make it made part of a CFL 3-down game. And Rod Vanstone, another Canadian, and by the way, and Far and Logi got a good CFL brain. Okay, he broadcasts CFL football. He knows CFL football. He's a TSN / CFL reporter, one of the best. And Rod Vanstone was an icon, a writer, sports writer for Saskatchewan Roughers, and for the sports writer for the Regina Leader Post. Now works for Saskatchewan Roughriders as a writer. And he said, Spider, in 2021, CFL couldn't wrote a better script to prove why your CFL Red Zone rule should be made part of a CFL 3-down game of football. You think they're jealous haters, idiots like Christopher Jones and the rest of them out there, okay? We don't need those people. You're outnumbered. And then of course, Steve Armitage has done 27 great cuts. He's another legend, sports legend, icon. And he endorsed my CFL Red Zone with my stamp of approval. And he said that just in my numbers, and my key 10 compelling features and benefits alone, and my stunning numbers, and the 18% guarantee of 50 more touchdowns scored in the red zone with my Spider CFL Red Zone, he said, Spider, it sells itself. And that's the problem. You have these egotistical, jealous, Ambrosies and people on the CFL Rules Committee. But what we need is one. And we need Far and Logi. We need Rob Vanstone to step up, right? And Steve Armitage already has. There's a picture of me and myself with my CFL Red Zone hat on my CFL Red Zone rule Facebook page, my full latest presentation, my CFL Red Zone rule, that Ambrosie did a number on me, but Brosie, you're not going to do a number on me anymore because you're out in your ass. And the new commissioner will never be like you, and he'll be like Mark Cohen and want to make my CFL Red Zone rule part of our CFL 3-down game of football. And by the way, you got to speak out, put it everywhere. So we need Spiders, you know, and a CFL game live, boo loud. We want Spiders CFL Red Zone rule when they will go for it on 3rd down on the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. And the 10-yard in the red zone, and there's certainly the only time they ever go for it is on the 1-yard line. So chant loud in the red zone. We want Spire to CFL Red Zone. Post it everywhere. Take my banner that I get it off my Facebook page and post it everywhere because it explains how it kills how it eliminates the 2 biggest killers, completely eliminates the 2 biggest killers and turn us out a CFL 3-down game in the red zone, which my Spiders for Red Zone rule will do, remarkably do. So post it everywhere. Support Spider, and thank you for support this year in 2024 for all the support of my CFL Red Zone rule YouTube video sessions. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations to the 111th Grey Cup champions, the Toronto Argonauts, the Boatmen. You imagine, won 2 out of 3, and they're going to be the next dynasty, not the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Okay, you know, you lose 3 in a row, you know, dynasty. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm very happy for the Argonauts, and hey, we're going to make some serious changes. And by the way, whose voice is more powerful than the sports voice? You know, we're going to get all those NFL only fans that the CFL desperately needs, and all younger generation fans. And by the way, I interviewed them my survey, my CFL Red Zone rule, and they're all blown away in my CFL Red Zone rule. 500 plus of them, and every single sports fan who introduced my CFL Red Zone rule, they all want to make part of a CFL 3-down game of football. They're all blown away, and which blows Randy and Bosie's gimmicky hash mark rule out of the water, which is an absolute joke. My CFL Red Zone rule, and Bosie eats it for lunch. And you're out on your ass, and Bosie, you're fired. So let's do it. Let's bring in my CFL Red Zone rule in 2025. Let's get rid of the Canadian ratio, abolish the Canadian Players Association, not allow the best available players to play in every position for an entire CFL game. And yes, let's go for it. Let's make our CFL 3-down game the greatest game it can be, with the best rule, my CFL Red Zone rule, with the best players. Okay, let's go for it in 2025. Spider, here comes Spider, CFL Red Zone rule. Check you later. Love you all. Thanks for supporting me. Take care.